Welcome to my garden. My name is Judy Hartley, and I'm proud to tell you that I am a Cobb County Master Gardener. What I'd like to do today is tell you a little bit about what we do and a little bit about our upcoming projects, our plant sale, and our garden tour. Spring is here. You can look around and see its evidence everywhere. In New Jersey, they're still covered in snow, but in Cobb County, we see signs of life and hope everywhere we look. As a matter of fact, to me, gardeners are my favorite kind of people, because what we do is we're optimists. We're able to know that there'll be failures, plenty of failures. I've had hundreds and we'll have hundreds more, but we know that it'll come back, and we plan for the future. Right now we're able to see buds, we can see the ducks on the pond, we can see bluebirds in the houses, but we also know that it's time for our 13th annual garden tour and plant sale. We're very proud of those. We've worked very hard for years, and last year we were rewarded by Atlanta Magazine, who gave us their top award for Best Of in their December 2014 issue. Our garden tour is called Through the Garden Gates, and this helps you give the image of it. You're going to be at 2 individuals gardens and 2 more planned gardens on our tour. It'll be, as usual, on Mother's Day weekend, Saturday, May 9th. You can join us then for a Mother's Day with your spouse, with your daughter, with your own mother, and it also will be a nice family day because we're going to have crafts at Green Meadows, and here at my house we'll have some little garden gnomes and some fairies placed around, something to give interest for all ages, we hope. Our focus this year is called Back to Basics, and that's why I was interested in participating this year rather than in the past. I feel like this year I am such a basic gardener. It's trial and error. I want to help people learn from all the mistakes that I've made in the 25 years I've been gardening. This old land used to be had a roadbed coming down to the farm, so I've had to deal with erosion, I have heavy shade, and terrible soil. So what you have can't be worse than what I've dealt with. I've already worn out my husband, so I have Mr. Jones, who's in the background here helping me because I can't lift as much as I used to. There'll be 4 gardens on the tour for you to see. We'll have a map provided. All of them are done by Cobb County Master Gardeners. There'll be Ford Elementary, which won the 2013 National Green School Award. Also, Green Meadows Preserve will be a great place if you're more interested in vegetables. They have about 57 raised beds there. So you'll get some of everything. I certainly couldn't grow vegetables under this dense shade, but you can see other things there. The plant sale is a separate event. It happens April 24th, 25th at Jim Miller Park, as we usually do. It's free and open to the public, so anyone can come, but while you're there, we'd love you to take a look around. Many of the plants that are in my garden I have bought at that sale through the years. They are done by master gardeners who have participated, who have given more than 2,000 plants. What we do is dig up and share. There'll be tools, soaps, garden decor, all kinds of things. There also will be 7 educational tables to answer questions for you, to show you ideas for help in your own garden. If you want more information than what I'm able to give you, please go to our website, which is www.cobbmastergardeners.com. Also, if you get a brochure, you can go pick one up at the Cobb County office of the Extension Service. You can look on the back. It not only will give you all the details, but you can scan this to get more information. We want you to know that you can go to any of these sites in any order that day, whatever you want, and it'll give you more information about the plant sale. We in Cobb County work very hard on this project. It's really our only fundraiser that we have. We volunteer, we're proud to say, that we volunteer more than 20,000 hours a year in Cobb County. Some of the projects that we support are, we work at Chattahoochee Nature Center. We work at the Smith Gilbert Gardens. We work at the Root House, which is off the Marietta Square in Marietta. We also work to grow and give away over 3,000 pounds of fresh produce that goes to the Cobb Family Rescue. That is a huge undertaking in and of itself. We do horticulture therapy at Cobb Hospital. We support 24 elementary schools in different ways, varying ways. We have some junior master gardener programs there. We also have 4 community gardens and a 5th on the way. We really use the proceeds from these 2 events. So please support us. As I said, it's our only fundraising that we do over the year. It's fun. The weather will have turned. Gardeners are happy people. We'd love to be there. So please support us at the sale and at the tour, and ask us any questions you have then. Thank you.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
I'm back, and I'm in a different part of the garden. I wanted to show you it's not all perfect and beautiful. This is the reality of gardening. Everything is a work in progress. There's some color here. You can see the daffodils of Smyrna. We live in Smyrna, and it is the jonquil city. So you'll see those everywhere. Our hostas and a lot of the ferns have not come in yet. So it'll look fuller when you get here on May 9th. I wanted to mention to you that I had said that there were only 2 Master Gardeners homes on the tour. That's wrong. There's going to be 4. I'm one of 4. And then there'll be 2 other educational sites. I also neglected to tell you that if you buy your tickets ahead of time, they're $15. You can buy them by going on our website, www.cobbmastergardeners.com. You can click on this and buy the tickets ahead of time, or you can go to the Cobb Extension office and buy them in person, or if you want to give us $5 more and pay $20, you can buy them the day of at any of the gardens that are on the map. We hope to see you. We look forward to it, and have a great spring.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
My name's Reggie. Just recently, my wife and I took in her sister's children. And we already had 4, so I went from becoming a family man to a man with a bigger family. Now, you can't eat love, so I don't know how I'm gonna feed them tonight. How was that, Rich?
I think I look more like Denzel.
That's cold, man.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Hello, I'm Terry Carter, and I'm with the University of Georgia, Cobb County Extension, and we're here today in this lovely garden in the heart of Cobb County. This garden, as well as many other gardens, will be on tour on May 9th, so we hope that you'll come back and look at this lovely garden. But today, we'll be focusing on something different. Today, we'll be talking about recycling. What we'll be recycling today is many things that you have right in your kitchen that you throw away. And you may ask, why do we want to recycle these things? Well, first of all, 90% of the plastics that we use today goes into the landfill. So 90% will go unused. So you as consumers, as well as myself, can do things to recycle. So also we look at the fact that 450 years from now, these bottles will still be here. Some of them will be here as much as 1,000 years after we're gone, and some will never break down. So we want to find ways to use some of these bottles again. What we have today are plastic bottles, mostly plastic water bottles, as well as plastic soda bottles. So we want to focus today on what you can do with this water bottle. It provides a lot of nutrition for you, but once you're finished with it, what can you do with this to be better to the environment? So we have some ways today to upcycle these. First of all, we want to look at this plastic bottle, and we want to use it as a seed starter or something that you can put flowers or plants in. What I started with is just a plain water bottle, and you're going to take it and cut it in half. You can use X-Acto blade, or you can use your scissors to cut this in half. It's very soft, so you should be able to do it easily. Once you cut it in half, what you want to do is take your top, take it off, and we put a hole in here, and you can use this X-Acto blade once again to put the hole in here. You can use a nail or a screw, or you can use your scissors. It's pretty easy to do. Once you do that, you're going to take some string, and you're going to string it through that and make a knot in the bottom here. Once you make your knot, you're going to take it and screw it back onto your water bottle and just place it in here, and then place your soil as we have here. This is one that's completed. We put the soil in there, and what we use this for is to siphon the water up. We're going to fill it with water, and this has a small hole so the water can come back out of it, and put it in here, and this is what you end up with. We started these. This is chervil. We started this herb on March 5th. So we put the name here, chervil, and we also put the date that we started it. So we know that as of March 5th, we put these seeds in, and this is what we have today. And it makes a very nice planter. Also, we've started some rosemary. Just took a sprig of rosemary, cut it, place it in here, and we can leave this in here until it root, and then you can take this and put it back into your garden. Also, you can use this as a nice little flower pot. Take your flower, just put it in there and watch it grow. Once it grows out, you can take this and put it into the garden. All right? So that's very easy to do. And also the type of soil we use. This, if you're starting from seeds, you want to use seed starting soil, which is a much lighter soil than your potting mix. So start with this soil if you're using seeds. If not, you can just use regular potting soil to put in there if you're just repotting a plant. So moving on to the next thing that we can do. We have a lovely bird feeder here, and this was so easy to make. We basically took a 2-liter soda bottle, just like the one we have here. We took the label off of the soda bottle, and all you do here is to take some holes and punch the holes in there with, once again, your X-Acto blade. We just took our blade out, cut a hole here. This is the hole that the birds will actually get the seeds from. We cut holes here, and this is a perch for the bird. You can use chopsticks, and we picked these chopsticks up at a restaurant that we had gone out to, kept them, or if you like, you can use a spoon. The spoon works very well because once you insert it into this, you actually have a perch as well as a place where the seeds can fall, so no seeds will fall on the ground. All right? So that's really easy to do. And also the type of bird seeds we use for our bird feeder are the black, the black oil sunflower seeds. This is the preference for the birds. They'll eat these before they eat anything else, so they really like those. And also, if you see 2 things here, we added rice at the bottom. And you ask, why do we put the rice in here? Well, the rice is to bring the bird seed up, because if you add the bird seeds, they go down here, and by our feeding holes being here and here, once you get down to this level, the birds won't be able to get the seeds. So we added rice. You don't have to use rice. You can use beans. You can even use small pebbles to fill those holes. To bring this up to level. And that works really well. Oh, and also this to hang it up with. Same thing we did with our water bottle. We just put a hole in here and put the twine through here. So now you can hang it outside on a tree branch, or if you have a hook outside, you can hang this, and it works very well, and you can reuse this over and over again. All right, very simple. Then we also have our milk jug, just a plain milk jug, and we throw away a lot of these. So what we used with this was to make a planter. All we did was cut this area out, and we planted some cilantro in there. Even though our cilantro looks a little sick right now, it'll be okay. It'll take some time to come back, but it'll work well. I also have a spoon in here, and the spoon is also something that we recycle, and I wrote the name cilantro on here, and you could also put the date on here. Just put that back in there, that way you know what you have. And moving right along, we have this size milk jug. This milk jug also has a use. What we've done with this one is to make yet another planter. We had some lettuce that we put in here, and this lettuce will grow very well in here. If it gets too big, you can simply take it out, or you can just start to pull the leaves off of this as it starts to get bigger. So all you do to make this one is to simply lay it on its side, and you're going to take your X-Acto blade again, cut this area out here, and then plant directly in there, again using your potting soil. Okay, now we have something here as well. This was a colored 2-liter bottle, and what you would do with this is I just took some ribbon that I had laying around the house, and I put it around here. And if you were to be going out in your garden, as you can see, we have lots of flowers here. You want to go out and pick some flowers, fill this with water, cut your flowers, put them directly in here. That way you don't have to worry about your flowers drying out before you get them into the house. Or if you want to even use this to give to somebody as a gift, put your flowers right in here with some water and use this as a planter. Also, the top of this, which we cut off, this has a purpose as well. You can take this, and on a day like today where it's really nice, we may still have some days where it gets really cold, and you know, you want to protect your plants. So you can take this top part and simply put it over your young tender seedlings, and this will protect your seedlings from the cold weather. Now, remember to take this off, because if you don't, the next day it gets hot, it gets back up to 70 or 80 degrees, then your plants will die because they'll burn, because it'll be too much heat in here. So make sure you take this off on a nice warm day. Okay? And also, this may look just like a simple bottle of water, but it too has a purpose. This is what we call just a watering can or watering bottle. So you have your plants here, and you don't want to buy a water pail because they may cost a little bit more. You can take this, and all I've done is to once again take the top, and I punched 3 holes in this top. You can use this to water your plants. There you go, and it's somewhat of a sprinkler. Very easy to do, and you didn't have to buy a thing. All right? And this one also works in a similar way, but this one we would call a self-watering planter, and I actually wrote on here, and the difference between this one and this one is that you turn this one upside down, and you can use this in the garden, in a potted plant, or inside, and you just take it, and I'm going to put it in this one too and turn it upside down, and you see this is somewhat of a drip irrigation system, and you could actually put this in, well, I can't put it in here, but you could actually put this into your planter, and this will water your plant very, very slowly, just a drip of water, which is what your plants really need. So 2 different ways to use these water bottles. Also, want to touch on some things that we're doing at the Extension Network. Coming up, we're going to be having some events that we want to tell you about. One will be an event called Upcycle Wearables, and that's going to be occurring on April 18th from 10 to 12 at the Extension Network. Bring in your old t-shirts, and with those old t-shirts, you're going to leave with new fashionable wear. So please join us for that. Also, we will be doing a Growing and Cooking with Herbs in Georgia on April 7th. We'll be at actually 4 different libraries in the county, so you can choose a library you want to attend this at. On April 7th, we'll be at the South Cobb Library. On April 14th, we'll be at Kennesaw Library. On April 20th, we'll be at the East Cobb Library, and on April 28th, we'll round it out at the West Cobb Library. Also, on April 7th, we will be having open house at the Extension. So come by the Extension office and see what we do over there, and bring your family and enjoy from 9 until 3. Also, we have the Garden to Table at the Extension office, and that's going to be April 9th from 6:30 until 8:30. As well as, let me see, I think that's all that we have for now. So in conclusion, we hope that you'll find ways to use these items in your everyday gardening practices to make the bird feeder or to make the planter, but please do something to be good to the environment. Find just one way today that you can recycle and reuse something, and we hope you've enjoyed this today.
You smile.
Reliable sources say that chicken soup has found their way out of this dangerous, but they are returning.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
The land-grant university system was created to advance agriculture and mechanical sciences 150 plus years ago. And we realized that some of the research that was coming from out of the land grants, it was not reaching the people. So the Smith-Lever Act was passed 100 years ago. The purpose of that act was to create the Cooperative Extension Service, which was to take the research that was created by the land-grant universities and actually give it to the people who could use it.
And so that was the genesis for the creation of the Extension Service, or the Cooperative Extension Service, as it was called at that time. It was to take the research-based information from the university, from that land-grant school, and get it to the people who need it so that they could use it to improve their lives, their economy, and to improve agriculture.
Well, I lived on a farm until I went off to be in the Navy and to go to college. And my father was a very fine and aggressive farmer. And of course, the source of our advice when Daddy wanted to do something better or learn about a new species of peanut or cotton or corn was to go to the Extension Service. And they gave him whatever advice he needed. And it was just like a constant source of inspiration and advice and counsel, and sometimes correction when he was doing something wrong. And as I grew older and when I came back from the Navy and spent the next 17 years as a full-time farmer, I saw firsthand the great value of what the Extension Service offered to everyone in our county, not just farmers, but everybody in the merchants and others who did business with farmers and depended on agricultural income.
My earliest experience with the Cooperative Extension Service came as a result of joining the 4-H Club when I was probably in a middle school age group. They encouraged us to participate in competitions, and we had to learn our various project areas and make presentations in the local and the district competitions. And also, I began to show livestock as a part of my 4-H project and continued to do that for a number of years. So the Cooperative Extension Service and its supervision of 4-H was an important part of my younger years.
I serve Fulton County. It's a large county. We don't have that many farmers, but we have a lot of people. And we have a lot of families that just simply need help. So Extension brings that human touch to our community. We answer the questions directly. We give it to you in a manner that you can understand and you can use, and you can apply it immediately. So Extension is kind of like that friend next door. You may not talk to them every day, but you're really glad that they're there.
One of the advantages that we have is that we're always on the cutting edge of the newest information, the newest research that's coming out of the University of Georgia. And we are a direct source that our clients can come to find that information. We're a filter for that information, and we are able to explain it in a way that people can use it for practical everyday application, whether it's on the farm, in their families, or in their communities.
An increasingly important element of Georgia's and America's total production of food will have to be designed toward meeting the needs of our own country and other nations more than it has been in the past. So I think the gamut of influence of Extension Service, I don't think has been minimized in recent modern days, but I think the opportunities to expand their influence has been greatly increased now and I believe in the future.
I think the future for cooperative extension across the nation is very strong, and I know in our state it is.
The simple problems in agriculture have been solved, and they've been solved for the last 100 years or so. Only complex problems remain. Our researchers on our land-grant universities working in multidisciplinary teams will provide solutions for these complex and complicated problems. But how you transfer that information back to the farmer, back to the agribusiness, back to the family or the youth development specialists through 4-H is going to be very different. That's where cooperative extension has always been good. That's what their strength is, and that's where we see them being so important in the future.
We're continuing to see evolution in the production of agricultural products, and I expect that to continue. We will probably have fewer farms, but larger farms. And the Cooperative Extension Service certainly has a role to play in that new structure. They've adapted very well to the changing circumstances and the changing economy of our country over the last 100 years, and I have every reason to believe that they will continue to do that here in Georgia for the next 100 years.
The most rewarding part of my job is being able to help people and provide current research-based information for our clients. They come to us over and over for that information because they see us as the #1 source of information that they can rely upon, whether it's for their farm, their agribusiness, or for their families.
Real life changes. Extension brings real life changes, and being that agent in the community on the ground, being that agent to serve is a pretty miraculous thing.
In all the ways that I had an early developmental life in earning a living and learning how to live as a productive citizen, I would say the Extension Service had a major beneficial effect on me.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, swap snacks Sunday. All the healthy children eat well and move a lot. And move a lot. And move a lot. Eat well and move a lot.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day.
Skip a rope Saturday, freeze tag Friday, tap dance Thursday. Whole grains Wednesday, try a veggie Tuesday. Let's move Monday, split the sweet Sunday.
Eat well and move a lot.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. All the healthy children, all the healthy children.
Get ideas. Get involved. Get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.